I remember the 253 bus, the Yiddish flyer when it was a route master. Fares please, and hanging onto the pole from the back of the platform. Dragging one foot onto the road, sparks streaming up from our Blakeys. One time we sped past the rainbow and yelled abuse at Osmond's fans queuing outside. They chased after us. The bus got stuck in traffic and we had to get off and leg it. Me and my mate never told anyone we were run by girls. I remember the Beano plopping through the door on an autumn morning and reading it on the sofa with a mug of hot Vimto. I remember when football managers dressed like geezers. I remember antiquing 8 old Dr. Martin boots, melting cherry red polish, brushing and rubbing black into the creases and buffing till they shined. I smelled clean for hours. I remember shining pennies and slipping them into the front band of Frank Wright loafers just behind the tassels. I remember my girlfriend sewing a 1/4-inch turn-up onto my 501s. I remember scratchy toilet paper. My granddad used it even when we'd stopped at school and gone over the soft stuff. He was a war hero. I remember pre-release, white label, disco mix. Anyway, one time we was in the pub in the Robey, which was known as a bit of rough house, to the point where we used to call the pub the Sir George Robey. Anyway, there's this yuppie geezer in there with this woman and they're sat in the corner, which is unusual because it wasn't really the kind of pub those people went in. But they were sat in this corner for ages and they were really going for it. He was all over her, they were kissing, boobs were out, hands were roaming. Anyway, we was catching an eye full of this. We was all quite young lads at the time. Eventually this yuppie geezer walks up to the bar and my mate was barmaid at the time. She didn't want to serve him because he was a twat and the bar was busy anyway. But he stands there. Have you got a pen? She blanks him. Have you got a pen? She blanks him again. Have you got a pen? Look, you know, it's for a number, right? So she turns to him, looks him in the eye, picks up a beer bottle, smashes it and says, if you really loved her, you'd carve it on your chest. Sometimes after a hard day's catwalking up and down and all around, pulling faces and poses and streaking through changes, sometimes the supermodels phone me up and, ooh, Mr. Tim, they say, please take us bowling. So, I meet them. I meet them at the Bible shop at Finsbury Park, the one where the girl who appeared naked in the Sunday Sport, the one where she works. They don't eat, but the Gap girl likes to watch. And then we bowl. Naomi leading up as a decent shuffle, but is prone to falling flat, giving all the Chinese kids who pack the alley a good look at her ass. It's all in the follow-through, she says. Kate Moss is a good sniper, but has problems. She pictures the pins as Anyway, behind us there's some sort of commotion, so we've looked round. And one of the local drug dealers, this bloke in a long black leather coat called Tiger, just pulled his hand back and whacked this bird right round the face. Anyway, the bloke in between us turns around, he looks to me, he looks to my mate, and he says, I'm really glad I'm not over there. And we were like, yeah, I suppose so. And then he said, yeah, that's my girlfriend. I'd have to stand up for her. Harry Mudie was known for tough rhythms. Rhythm at a time we were actually starting to get somewhere with girls. Cinemas, parties, and sometimes bedrooms. Real girls who drank, danced and sometimes desired us too. All that rhythm to move to. Not just that, Mudie had a sweep of strings also. The rush of them blasting from the stereo was intense. Winston Wright chopping keyboard, what a rush. Some things you never forget, some things you never want to. I remember getting a parting razored into my number 2. I remember girls with feather cuts and 3/4 length tonic jackets. I remember the kid down the street's first word, bugger. I remember shrinking crisp packets on the school radiators. I remember the Saturday after payday, wearing a new Ben Sherman at the pub and thinking, there must be more to life.